Welcome to another of our programs in the Hispanic American Report. Today we have a very interesting and very prestigious and powerful organization represented here, the Latin Builders Association, very well known in the Hispanic community. And we have invited Jesus Portela, president, and also president of Portela Investments, and Eloy Cepero, who is one of the members of the board of directors, president of Peninsula Mortgage Corporation. We're very happy to have you, and we want to talk about the Latin Builders and what the Latin Builders do and what are some of the activities, community activities. Perhaps we better start with what is some of the background of this organization for people who might not know, who may have heard of the Latin Builders but don't really know what it means. What is the Latin Builders?
Well, Latin Builders Association is an organization has been founded in 1973. Since that, we've been grown to the point we have now 650 companies. And those 650 companies have, we can say like 5 or 6 employees of each company which participates with us in different events like party, festivals, others amaras in the community. This organization back in, I can say 5 years ago, a president of this organization, which was Aurelio Peñas, was the president helped most our association with corporate directors who be very, very involved in our organization. At this point, we are in very high level on this community. People, members of our organization, they are builders, they are banks, lawyers.
Also attorneys also are members
attorneys,
of
sure.
and bankers. I thought it was,
bankers.
when you say Latin Builders, you had to be just a builder or a developer.
No, you can be developer, any businessman in this community. We have suppliers, we have even doctors.
Medical doctors?
Medical doctors, yes.
So you have what we would call a broad spectrum of members of the Hispanic community who are members of the Latin Builders.
Yes, all the professional businessmen can be member of Latin Builders Association. They have to be approved by the board, of course. But,
is it difficult to be approved by the board?
Well, we have to know the associates.
You have to know the person, you have to get background information, then the board votes.
Right, right, that's exactly what we do, you know.
Well, Eloy Cepero, as a director, I know that you have been involved with the Latin Builders for a long time. You were practically almost one of the founders. You've been there for since the 1970s. I know that this organization is very involved in many, many activities. Do you want to tell us some of the different things that
Sure.
the Latin Builders do?
Let me give you a little background on the organization that Portela mentioned. The fact that the Latin Builder has grown little by little to the point of what it is today. It's an organization that tries to cope with the best in the community. You can be a white, black, and Anglo and belong to the Latin Builders Association, as long as you have a very clean record and you're willing to cooperate with the Latin Builders and with the community as a whole.
So when you say Latin, it doesn't mean it's only Latin.
Not at all.
I see. So
we have a lot of firms like Finley Combo and Wagner, which is one of the top attorneys firms, and Goldberg Sherman Glickstein, which is another attorney law firm,
which are not Latin.
They're not Latin, and they heavy participate with the Latin Builders.
Oh, that's an interesting question. I thought when it said Latin Builders, it meant only Latins.
No, most of the memberships are Latins,
yes.
but we like the participation of the whole community.
It's open to anybody
who wants
would like to join.
They do have to have a good reputation, and it has to be an honest company. They do honest business, and anything that is related to the construction company, we like to have them as a member.
I know this is an organization that is very powerful. This is a reputation that you have that is very powerful, that you can raise a lot of money, and that you have been very popular in the Hispanic community, that you're liked by a lot of people in the Hispanic community. I know that you organize banquets. Is this part of your activities,
Yes.
large banquets and things like that?
Yeah, the main reason why we have, besides being a social gathering, is to try to raise funds for the community, to help the community. And we have mainly 5 or 6 events that are the main source of what we call revenues in the organization. This is the 2 banquets, the award banquets in May, and the soaring of the board of directors in December. Then we have in February we have the
For the Día Enamorados?
Día de los Enamorados, which is the lovers' day, February 14th.
Sweethearts Day.
Sweethearts Day. And then the first Latin festival, which is going to be this year, is going to be in April.
And when you have these activities, we'll go on with all of the activities, but let's just pick one. For example, when you have a banquet, is this a tuxedo thing with 1 band or 2 bands? Is this a big event?
No,
What are we talking
the very
about?
elegant, the very elegant
You like
banquets.
to get all dressed up?
A lot of people do wear tuxedo. Most of the people wear just a nice suit, and the women's are pretty much elegant. They're really top of the class.
And when you say some of these funds are used to help the community, for example, do you give funds, let's say, for toys for children at Christmas, things like that?
Exactly. Yeah, this is a new creation of the new administration, Jesus Portela, which had created the Sweetheart Dance and the first festival, and 75% of all the proceeds of the 75% of the net proceeds are going to be donation for the to benefit the poor children in the community.
And in what way? What do you send the toys, or you buy them food, or?
That's exactly why we want to have a toy ride in all the 3 communities, Black, Anglos, and Hispanics, and we gonna help different organizations in our community. We want to give food to who have not have food, and we want to be enter more into the community.
Oh, you want to become more involved in the social issues.
And the social issues, yes, exactly.
One of the things that we do as an educator, I organize students and we visit Jackson Hospital, and we give toys to children who are ill, usually from low-income families. So if you happen to have any extra toys, maybe you can share some with us.
We should have, yes.
We go by to the playroom in Jackson Hospital and give the children who can walk, we give them toys. Sometimes we dress up as Santa Claus, and then we go by each bed. And this makes them very happy. And perhaps may I suggest an idea? We can create we sing songs sometimes, like Silent Night and Rudolph. Maybe we can get a chorus.
I think that's
from the Latin builders.
Oh,
that's a wonderful idea, yeah.
We do have
you thought
maybe
about that
5 or 6 directions, including Portela's wife, which is they're very good singers, and we might do that this year. I think that's a very good idea.
A wonderful idea, yeah. I think that's
we might go
wonderful.
around.
Villancicos, sing a few Christmas songs, and in addition to that, give away a few toys. And it's a double effect. It makes the children smile, makes them very happy.
I know my wife is looking forward to that, to taking toys to the poor children. So I guess we can do that.
I think we're going to have an exciting year, and we have a lot of plans in our minds.
One of the things that you had mentioned was the Latin festival. What does that mean? Is it something like Cariocho?
It's not a Latin festival. It's a festival which anybody can go, you know.
First Latin Builders Festival.
First Latin
Builders Festival.
Yes. We're going to have a lot of food, a lot of drinking, and music.
Where is this going to be?
Well, we're planning to get the Vizcaya. The
Vizcaya restaurant?
No, the Vizcaya.
The Vizcaya.
Whatever.
The Vizcaya Center.
The Vizcaya Center, right. We try to do the arrangement to...
that's a big area.
That's a big area, sure.
So you, I would assume, expect a large crowd.
Yes.
to 4,000 or 5,000 people.
To 4,000 or 5,000 people. Due to that effect, we've been looking for sponsors for that festival. You know, we've been looking for a couple of sponsors for that festival, which is very, very important. You know,
and in a festival like this is your first festival. Is this commemorating something? Is this
just to help the people in need?
So you're going to raise funds.
We're going to raise funds. 75% of our net funds is going to be donated to different organizations.
I see. I see. You may be helping children's organizations, families who are
all people
from poverty areas, senior citizens.
Senior citizens.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
So this is a festival for a social purpose.
For a social purpose.
Groups in the community. Well, that sounds like a very nice idea.
We like to invite any sponsor that may be watching on television. If they like to participate, be one of the sponsors of the first festival, please contact the office
of the Latin Builders.
Latin Builders Association. Yeah.
And we'd be more than glad to speak to them. And a lot of people have shown a lot of interest in it.
It sounds like a very nice project.
We might be getting quite a few sponsors this year.
Very nice project. Now, one of the things that I've always wondered, since you are a developer and you have been involved with Latin Builders, when you are developing areas in Dade County, what are the kinds of homes that Hispanics are buying?
Well, right now I think it's the zero lot lines, because everybody want to have a house, and this is the most affordable house at this moment due to the high cost.
Which kind of house?
Zero lot lines.
Oh.
You have a nice backyard. You have a parking in the front of your house for 3 or 4 cars.
Do you find that Hispanics usually prefer to have a house rather than an apartment?
Definitely.
Everybody,
Definitely.
not only Hispanics.
Well, no, I've had people say to me, whoa, a house is such a problem. You have to worry about the roof, and you have to mow the lawn, and you have to worry about the garden, whether it has chinch bugs. I've heard people, I have a home. I prefer a home personally. But I've had people say to me, no, I'd rather be in an apartment than I don't have any worries. But I don't think that's the majority.
The number one is a single-family residence, and but it's more expensive. So now the zero lot line, which is a smaller house in a lot, usually 40 by 75 deep, and is a single, is a fee simple, is a number one, like Jesus was saying, number one because of the price right now. And
so you have been able to develop a home at a lower price range.
Yes,
so everybody can buy it.
Anything below $100,000, that's the most you can sell right now in this county.
So let's say towards West Miami and the Southwest area, most homes are around what price? When we're talking about the Latin Builders, the kind of homes that you produce.
Well, we can say low as $100,000.
$100,000 is the lowest price?
No. The lowest you can be like 73.9. That's
is that a nice home?
Yes, that's a nice home. That's 2-bedroom, 2-bath, family and kitchen. But that's
not a Florida room.
Yes.
Oh, a Florida room.
A small Florida room.
A small Florida room.
If you earn 87 or 84,000, and you can find 3 bedrooms, 1-car garage, more nice houses, you know. And you're gonna have lots 50 by 100. And if you were like $100,000, you can find houses of 2 floors, pretty nice houses.
But of course, that would be pretty far out.
It's not that far, you know. You can say now.
Well, I remember when I bought a home, maybe 12 or 13 years ago, around 97th or 98th Avenue, around Bird Road and Miller. People said, "Oh my God,
that's too far.
That's a long way. Who is gonna go to Bird Road and 97th? That's out in the middle of the forest." And now I am halfway between some of the other developments, and 136, 140, 150, 160. Where is it going to stop?
I don't know. I think we're going to go all the way to the Keys.
You think we're going to develop homes all the way to the Keys?
So far, we're going all the way to Chrome Avenue. After that, I don't know whether or not they'd be authorized any building beyond Chrome Avenue.
One of the things that I wondered about is how prices have gone so far in regards to homes. Let's say 15 years ago, you could buy a nice house, or maybe 10 years ago for $30,000 or $40,000. Now, it's $70,000 for a relatively small house. You like a nice big Florida room with 3 rooms or 4 bedrooms and 2 baths, maybe it costs you over 100,000.
120, 130,000.
Why is this happening? Is this the
Because
demand? Is it the rising cost of the
price
labor?
of the land. They are rise tremendous.
Is that the factor that has?
That's the factor, yes.
Let's say a plot of land that maybe costs.
Land, yes.
What does a plot of land cost?
Right now, you can say a regular size, 75 by 100, 45,000.
And how much did it cost before?
You can say about 22,000.
Oh, at least a half.
A half, yeah.
A half. I thought maybe it was the cost of construction.
No, the cost of construction was level. I mean, it was too high. We can say 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Now everything comes to normal. Prices are stable. Now, the main thing and the high cost of houses is the land.
The price of the land.
The price of the land.
Remember, Eddie, that we're in a city that everybody likes to move down here. And you have counties in the state of Florida where the land has not appreciated in the last 15, 20 years. In Miami, everybody wants to come to live down here because of the influx, mainly refugees and the new Hispanic mold that have taken place over in Miami, and land has become very scarce. And unless you pay those high prices, there's no way you can build a house.
Yes, having studied economics, I guess one of the points that we want to make is that when there's a strong demand, always, one of the results that comes out of a strong demand is a rise in price.
Exactly.
And there is a tremendous demand for housing. Would you say that at this time?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah.
Despite some of the events that have taken place in the market?
Well, what happened was basically that we had, for last month, when we had the stock market crash, we have people kind of feared down for a little while, for maybe 2 weeks or so, and they put everything on hold. But right now, the demand is a fact that you always need housing, and the rates have leveled themselves to the point where they're right now, and the demand is strong right now, as Jesus can tell you. As a developer, you see new construction going on all over, not only all over Dade County, but all over Broward County and Monroe County as well.
Sure. Jesus, as a developer, do you feel there's a strong demand for the houses that you're building houses right now?
Yeah, I'm building houses right now. It's very strong demand, and they are there.
And you have no problem selling those houses?
No problem at all.
Even the expensive houses?
Well, I don't like to be involved on those expensive houses. My houses are in the lowest hundreds and 80s and 90s, because I think that's the property the people
that most people
can
are
afford
willing
to buy. Yes.
To buy.
Yes, you gotta have a nice yard where you can have a barbecue and get some plants, and avocado tree, lemon tree,
Hispanics like to have a few fruit trees in the back, especially mango trees. I know
especially
that.
a mango tree, and of course a barbecue place.
A barbecue,
that's very important.
Without a barbecue,
without barbecue, you know,
a home really is not a home.
Yes.
Exactly.
One of the things that I was wondering is, could there, in America, where we have created so many interesting things, there's such a remarkable and extraordinary talent, is there any way to develop skills or techniques of construction in which we could still produce the same quality of a house and reduce the price through new techniques, perhaps? Just like, let's say, the invention of the chip helped to reduce the size of the computer and make it more efficient. Are there things that could be invented or produced or developed
right
that
now,
would reduce the cost and still keep the quality of housing? Is that possible?
Okay, there are many different ways to build a house, but remember, we are in South Florida. Most of Hispanic people like concrete walls. If you have 2 floors houses, they want to touch the floor. That's got to be concrete. And we like Spanish tile roof and things like that.
Oh, so that makes it especially expensive.
That makes it especially expensive.
I see.
To comply
and
with
most Hispanics also like a nice Florida room.
Nice Florida room.
Also adds to the cost.
With nice Italian tile or marble, you know, things like that.
Marble floors.
Sure, marble floors.
Goodness.
That costs a lot more money. And that's the reason our houses, I don't think in South Florida never is going to go down. For example, it's a lot of houses, frame houses, which is a lot more cheaper, and you can build a house faster. But the Hispanic community, they don't like those type of houses. Shingles, things like that.
They like a
tile. They
greater
Spanish,
quality.
great
They feel
quality.
better with the higher quality.
Sure.
Some developers have introduced the prefabricated type of construction now, and as a matter of fact, I'm financing one of them right now in North Miami. But it is not as cheap as it should be. Once the technique gets down to the bottom, might be a little cheaper.
But not that cheap.
But not that much cheap that is going to make a difference against a concrete house.
One of the things, to touch upon another subject, that I know the Latin builders have been involved in supporting politicians. You've raised monies for certain causes, in some cases quite a bit of money. What are the issues that you see? You've just been recently elected. You're the new president of Latin builders. What are the important issues in this community that you are supporting? Are there things that we can identify?
Well, we supported those.
When you support a politician, what are you looking for?
Well, we look for the benefit of our whole community. As coffee, we look for our heritage, the Hispanic community, but we mainly help those political people because what he's going to do for our community in general.
Now, what are you thinking about here? Are you talking about people who are going to fight crime? Are you thinking about people that are going to build a better city? People that are going to promote the cultural festivals? What are we thinking about here?
Well, right now in our city, we have to looking for people. We have a very high crime situation, the drug situation. You know, we need a strong leadership.
With a strong hand.
A strong hand, a strong leadership. We're going to need more a police force to
Perhaps
try.
More policemen out on the street?
Yes, we would like to see more policemen out on the street. We like to see our politicians be involved more in our community, going to inside of each different places, try to work it out for the better way for everybody to understand.
So you want a politician that is more involved in the specific activities going on in the community?
Yes, that's exactly what we want, you know.
One of the reasons why the Latin builders supported Mayor Suarez and Victor the Year was the fact that we want some politicians that are fair to the Latin builders, but at the same time they're fair to the black community and the Anglo community, that everybody receives the same treatment, and we don't want any divisive people in the city commission, neither in the county, that will create problems between the three ethnic communities. That was a problem in the early 80s, and we don't want that to happen, especially now with the new immigration law that has been agreed in Washington, D.C.
So one of the things that you feel is very important is that there should be harmony between the blacks and the Anglos and the Hispanics.
And everybody receives the same treatment.
Everybody should receive the same.
And this is why Mayor Suarez has done such a good job in going into the black community and trying to restore the streets over there and creating parks and going into the neighborhoods.
Well, I realize that this is very important. If we have harmony, we do not have divisiveness, we do not have conflict in the community, then I assume that we can dedicate our energies towards productive affairs, right?
The first thing we look for a politician is to be an honest person. And honest, and to be honest to himself, and honest to the community, and just not full of promises.
You want to get away from many beautiful promises, and you want to see specifically some concrete achievements.
I think we have reached, with this new election, we have reached a point now that we should be working very well, the same in the Dade County and in the city of Miami.
So what is your projection for Dade County? Do you feel that there's going to be strong development, strong employment?
Yeah, I think we're going to have...
Are you optimistic?
Yeah, optimistic. I think we're going to have a wonderful year. I think we're going to have a strong economy. I'm not fear of any economic situation. I think we want to sell a lot of houses. The interest rate is coming down. This
That
is
is a big
election year.
influence, right?
Oh,
Yes,
completely.
this is election year, and I think we expect a beautiful year. I think
A
in all the
beautiful year.
aspect, beautiful in all the aspect. We want to sell a lot of houses. We want to have interest rate very low, and I think this year is going to be very good for our community.
One thing I almost forgot. You did something which I wanted to mention. Having been a political prisoner myself, I know you helped to build, or you gave a lot of funds to build a home for ex-political prisoners.
Yes,
And I wanted to congratulate you on that. That is a very beautiful gesture.
That was a creation of our past president, Eloy Cepero.
Right.
Along with the Channel 51, they helped to raise the fund to build this first home for the new arrivals until they get settled in the community.
So when some of these ex-prisoners come in, they have a place where they can stay.
Well, they can go and stay for a little
until
while.
maybe they can find a job,
and a house.
or somebody that can give them a home.
Sure.
And I think that's a very beautiful idea. Do you feel optimistic also about Dade County being in a large mortgage company?
Oh yes, I'm an optimist person, and I do think the interest rate should be coming down a little more now. Once everybody goes through the panic in the stock market, and next year is going to be a good year as long as the dollar can be controlled and not continue to go down. If that can be controlled, they're going to have a prosperous 1988.
So you feel we have, as you might say, prosperity is here to stay?
I think so.
I think
Oh,
so.
that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
I think so.
I hope that the events bear out what you're saying, because living myself in Dade County, I like to see as much employment and as much prosperity for this community
Right now,
as possible.
we're in a season in December where people will slow down.
Well, this has been a very interesting interview. I appreciate your coming and talking to us about the Latin builders. I wish you great success in all your festivals and in all your activities and benefits for the community. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.